What's happening, people? John Kuiper, Governor of New Hampshire. So this is the third part in my series called I Am a Yankee, and so can you. No, I'm just kidding. It's just called I Am a Yankee. This part, I'm going to talk about the New Hampshire Consumer Protection Bureau, CPB. So last year, I was renovating the bar in my restaurant, and I had a hell of a time finding a plumber. You know, as you probably know, there's not a lot of people that got into plumbing. And so there's not enough plumbers out there. So I had a really hard time finding a plumber that could move a sink around for me. Finally, I found a guy, and he came to check it out. And to be honest, there was a couple of red flags, you know what I mean? But I was so desperate, I just said, hey, let's just do this. He said, okay, I need deposit $2,000. Gave him this money. He disappeared. Completely disappeared. Okay? Gone. Couldn't find him. Went on a bender, something like that. It was clear. And so one of the things I did is I filed a complaint with the New Hampshire Consumer Protection Bureau. And several months later, I got a letter in the mail, and it said, we have investigated your case. We sent out a letter, and due to no response from the person that you're complaining about, we are closing the case. I said, that's odd. So I called up the paralegal who had sent me the letter, and I said, I'm just a little bit confused because it looks like you just sent them a letter and then they didn't respond, and so you're closing the case. And she said, yes, that's what we do. We send letters out to people telling them that there's a complaint against them, and then when they do not respond, we just close the case. I was like, wait, can you tell me what your job is? And she said, yes, I send letters out to people when someone files a complaint about them with the Consumer Protection Bureau, and when they don't respond, I close the case. And I was like, that's your entire job. And she immediately said, please stop yelling at me. And I swear to God, I was not yelling. I wasn't even close to yelling. I was like, wait, that seems kind of weird. Like, you just sent out the letter, and then obviously they're not going to respond. You know what I mean? Like, if you're saying, hey, there's a complaint. I mean, I guess some people probably maybe respond, but I'm guessing most of the sketchy people that do stuff like what this plumber did to me are not going to respond. We have an entire Consumer Protection Bureau that doesn't really protect consumers. Personally, I would rather have no Consumer Protection Bureau exist at all. No paralegal making $100,000 a year or whatever to send out letters that are going basically in the garbage. Okay? So don't give me the facade of government. That's what New Hampshire loves to do, is they give you the facade of government. This fake government, it's not real. I would rather have no pretend government and know that those protections don't exist than have what we have now, which is just wasted money to pretend that we have a Consumer Protection Bureau. Now, it's possible that they do other things besides send out these letters that are helpful for consumers, okay? But from my experience, my very limited experience, I will say that, it seems like this department either needs to have teeth, and it's probably the fact that they, the way that the law was written, they have no enforcement mechanism. But this is what I'm saying. Let's stop making laws we cannot enforce, people. It's just so dumb. I think part of the problem is we have 400 representatives that are all entitled to submit bills for approval. And I think part of the problem is we get all these bills coming in, and some of them, no one thinks, hey, we don't have any money to enforce that great-sounding bill that you made. And what happens? More fake government that might cost a little bit of money, but that money is an entire waste, okay? And as a Yankee, we should stop wasting money on the facade of government. Rather than having 20 programs that do nothing, let's have 5 programs that are well-funded and do something to help people. All right, I'll catch you on the flip side.